And what I'm going to say now doesn't apply to, or most probably is hard to apply to criminal or very violent situations, but I'm talking about more daily life activist or daily life situations that I think distancing is a very interesting phenomenon. That in my work, I call this like the 2D version. And I will say something that it sounds a bit drastic now, but I think it illuminates it very well. When we say the Nazis, then it's kind of much easier for us to create a poster of them that makes it easy for me to project kind of the evil force onto that poster. It's a 2D poster. But if I allow that the Nazi, the guy that worked in the concentration camp, was a loving father and maybe husband, then it's already a bit more complicated. Because if I have to deal with the complexity that something very dramatic is happening, and on the other hand, it's challenging me because it's not a clear-cut black or white. It's much more complex than that. Then if I allow that to become a 3D, like an embodied experience, 3D is embodied. I can feel it. 2D is disembodied. It's just, it's like a poster. And and I'm saying this because when we others, when there are groups in society that are for sure the others and they are for sure wrong, the question is not that I need to agree. I can deeply disagree with the way of living or with the way of whatever, how things are. But the question is, what's my relational experience? And if my relationship experience is distanced, then there is a part in me that cannot compute that, whatever that is. And I think that's an interesting question. So when I check in my experience, how close do I feel to something, or how distant do I feel to something, or to a group of people, or the others, or the ones that I don't agree with, or, like you see it in COVID, or you see it in all kinds of othering moments. And so I think that that checking on myself, not whether I agree or not, I can have a strong disagreement with somebody in relation, but it doesn't mean that I disconnect from the experience of that person. And the re-traumatization happens in the disconnect from the experience of the person, not in the disagreement between how we see life. And I think like the relational experience is a key factor in data transfer, because relation is the data connection. If I talk to somebody from the distance, how can I expect that the person will really listen to me, because I don't even feel the person. But if I am able to be with somebody that I disagree with in a kind of closeness, then whatever I have to bring in the room has at least the highest potential of alchemical power. And also what the person brings to me will be something that I listen to, even if I disagree with it. And then there is a different flow of information, because somehow two polarized opinions or ways of seeing things are in the same room. And they can either stay separate and then they will just walk away and talk about each other badly, or they can be in a space where at least some sort of alchemy happens between these seemingly polarized forces. And I think we can all contribute, not that it shouldn't be distant, but that we are aware that it is. That's the beginning. Not saying, I should be intimate with the whole world. No, we are not intimate with the whole world like this. That's an illusion. But that I'm more process aware of how it is, that's where I would start. That's where I would continue the work. You're not starting there, but yeah. Because that's something that I can feel like, is the other close to me or is the other distant? And how am I talking about the other? And I think these are very powerful practices in the also in the way how we engage in life, especially in fragmented political or whatever other arenas.